Hey everybody, Rage is the name. If you hear any background noise, it's the town going crazy. But yeah, I just wanted to pop on here and give you a spooky story time for October. I haven't really uploaded anything scary, and the town that I'm at out here in Peru doesn't really celebrate Halloween, so here's the spooky story time. Alright, so this story time is about the day somebody that was trying to run away from the cops hid in my backyard. All right. So, just for context, I was outside sitting with my mom, and we were having a conversation. And all of a sudden, like I hear kind of this commotion in the front of the house, and not really like a commotion, like just a very loud conversation. So I go to the front of the house. You will see. I go to the front of the house, and my grandma's looking outside, and it's a cop talking to a lady, and they were talking about how there's this person, and apparently it was a guy, and she was screaming, he's dressed up like a woman, he's dressed up like a woman. So she was being very loud about it. The cops saw me and my grandma looking through the window, so my grandma like decided that was cue for her to stand at the door. um, the cops just didn't really pay us any attention. I go back to the backyard and I start telling my mom, like, hey mom, there's this like some guys running or whatever. In that moment, after I told my mom, like, they're talking about some guy, I hear this thump, like this thump hit the ground. And when that happened, I heard like scurrying through leaves. After the scurrying through the leaves, I just like I don't know, I just freaked out. At this point, when me and my mom were talking, she was like, "Oh no, I'm going inside." She got like a weird feeling from that. I don't know why. I just felt like, it's just like an animal or something. Like I clearly heard that there was somebody, when the conversation with the cop was happening, I clearly heard that they were talking about somebody that was running away. My mom was like, "Oh no, I don't feel good about this." So then my aunt comes out and she's like, "Hey, did you hear about that guy that's like running away from the cops?" And I just told her, I was like, "Dia, something, like I heard a big thump in the backyard." My aunt takes it upon herself to go and investigate. So my backyard has like this little pathway, and then this little pathway, and then to the left of it is like where the backyard opens up to. So she walks all the way to the end of the little pathway, but the backyard is not illuminated in any way. Like, yeah, we have street lights and stuff like that, but in the front of the house, not in the back of the house. She stands there and she's staring into this darkness, and I feel so uneasy, like very, very uneasy. She she like walks there, walks back, and then she walks there again and walks back, and she's like, "I don't see anything back here." I'm like, "Okay, that's fine." Um, I started sitting down again, and I was about to walk into the door, like open my mom's door and tell her, "Hey, everything is okay," when I hear climbing on the fence. I heard like running, stampering, like obviously it was deeper than that, but and then I heard climbing on the fence, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh, that was the guy. That was the guy." Like there's no other thing that could have been. Um, we were so freaked out, like my aunt was back there. Like we didn't really put the pieces together in the moment because we were just like, could be cats, a dog, a snuck, and we just didn't want to believe that it was like somebody had jumped from across the street to our backyard. We didn't want to believe it. We, well, at that point, I was so scared, I just went inside and I locked the doors. And I think my aunt went to go, I don't clearly remember this part. I think my aunt went to go tell the cops, like, "Hey, this guy is running," or whatever. But I don't know what happened after that. I don't know what happened to the guy. I don't know who it was that was dressed up because I recognized the neighbor that had called the cops. I recognized her, but I don't know who she was talking about. Like, I don't know any guy that lived with her. She was like a much older woman. We live in like an area of like older residents. So, yeah, that was my spooky story of when somebody was hiding from the cops in my backyard. And it really freaked me out. And it still freaks me out because I wasn't like reacting. Like, I didn't put the pieces together, and I didn't have the reaction that I have now in hindsight, thinking about like, holy crap, there's somebody in the backyard. You know, I didn't like wait on the cop like, hey, there's someone in the backyard. Like, no, I didn't. I just like went in my room. But yeah, that's my story time. I hope you enjoyed it, and leave a comment down below. Let me know if you want to find out any more spooky story times. I have some paranormal ones. That was very interesting, and I do have witnesses to that, so maybe I can get some testimonials. So yeah, let me know if you're interested in that. Bye, signing off.